Yes, good morning, children. Today in number theory, another concepts we will discuss today. So today the concept is prime numbers. Now, any positive integer is said to be prime if it has exactly two distinct divisors, two different divisors. Exactly, you need to point out the main thing is exactly only. Okay, only two distinct divisors. Two divisors should be there, distinct divisors should be there, and those are one of the divisor out of the two distinct divisors. So one divisor is 1 and another is itself. Now the examples are 2, 3, 5, 7. So for the 2, how many divisors? 1 and itself. For 3, 1 and itself. For 5, 1 and itself. For 7 also 1 and itself. These type of numbers are known as prime numbers. Next, composite number. So whenever a positive integer having more than two distinct divisors are known as composite numbers. Now if you observe 4, what are the factors? 1, 2, 4. Here how many factors are there? 3. More than 2, so it is greater than 2. And 6, how many factors are there? 4 factors, it is also greater than 2. 8, how many factors are there? 4 factors, it is also greater than 2. So for those numbers which are having more than two distinct factors are known as composite numbers. And here one note point you need to remember is one is neither prime nor composite, because one has only one and only one factor, that is itself. So to be a prime number it should have exactly two factors, and to be a composite number it should have greater than two factors, but one has only one factor, that is itself. That's why it is neither prime nor composite. Now next important one is a fundamental theorem of arithmetic. This one already you know, but theoretically what is it is we will observe now. Now every integer that is greater than 1, every integer, positive integer that is greater than 1 can be expressed as product of primes. Now that is, suppose n is any positive integer that can be expressed as product of primes with some powers. Powers will be natural numbers here. So p1, p2, p3 and so on, so pk are the different prime numbers, and alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 and so on, so alpha k are their powers, respective powers, whatever it may be. Alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, alpha k are natural numbers. They may be 1, they 1 is 1, 2, 3 or 2, 2, 2, whatever it may be. Powers are distinct or may be same, they are natural numbers. Now p1, p2, p3 and so on, so pk are distinct primes, and alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 and so alpha k are natural numbers. Suppose 16,200 if you want to express in the product of the prime numbers, you can write in unique way. So irrespective of the orders, if you write 2 square into 2 into 3 into 3 cube into 5 square, and these both are equal. So here 2 cube, here 2 cube, here 3 power 4, here 3 power 4, here 5 square, 5 square. Whatever the way you have written, these all are will be unique. So any number can be expressed in the form of product of their prime factors in unique way. That is called fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Suppose if you want to express 8 as prime factors, 2 power 3, and 20 as product of prime factors, it is 2 square into 5 power 1. How to prime factors, you know. Suppose I want to do prime factorization for 12, what I can do, 2 6 are 2, 3 are 3, 1 are, and so on. So 12 is equals to what I can write here, 2 square into 3 power 1. So this is the prime factorization. Next, a small theorem is, if p is a prime number, then, and if p divides ab, then definitely p divides one of the a or b. So here if 3 divides 24, 24 is a product of two numbers, 2 and 12. That means because 3 is a prime number, it should divide either 2 or 12. So here it is not dividing 2, so it is dividing 12. Suppose if I have written 5 is a prime number, 5 divides 100. So if you write 100 as a product of 25 fourths, that means here 5 divides either 25 or 24, which is true. Yes, 5 divides 25 is true. One of the two numbers must be divisible by 5 whenever it is a prime number. Now keep observe that if p divides ab, then p may not be prime or not necessarily prime. So previously we say that if p is prime, P divides AB, then P divides A or B. But if P divides AB, you don't know that P may be prime or not. Suppose 4 divides 32, that means 4 divides 8 and 8 4s are 4 divides 8 and 4 divides 4. That means that 4 is not a prime. Okay, so if P is prime given, so P is prime given, then if P divides AB, then P divides A or P divides B. So this way only correct, the reverse way may not be correct. Okay, if you observe here, 2 divides 7 into something. Now is 2 is a prime number? Yes. So what is the theorem saying? That if P is a prime number, P divides A into B, P divides A or B. Now 2 divides A or 2 divides 7. Is 2 divides 7? No, 2 does not divide 7. Then definitely 2 divides A. Okay, the theorem will be useful in this type of sums. Now a number n is equals to written in the form of its prime factorization. Now it is a perfect square. When will be n, the number will be a perfect square. Is any relationship between perfect square and its prime factorization? Yes. Suppose if you observe 16, what you can observe, what is the prime factorization of it? 2 power 4. So what is the power here? Prime, it is even number. And if you observe the 36, what is the prime factorization? 2 square into 3 square. So here if you observe the powers, all are even. Suppose if you have written for 18, what will be the prime factorization? 2 into 3 square. Here 2 power is what? 1. So is it even or odd? Odd. If any of the prime power is odd, then it will not be a perfect square. When all the powers of the prime numbers are even, then only the number will be perfect square. So now if n is equal to 36, the prime numbers powers are even. So observe, prime factors powers are all are even. So can you say 2 power 4, 3 square, 5 square, 7 power 6 is a perfect square? And why? Think about it. And can you say 2 power 3 and into 3 power 4 into 5 square is a perfect square, and why? Based on the above concept, you can answer this. Now GCD. So what is GCD? Greatest common divisor. In the name only we can understand the concept. If A comma B are any two positive integers, and they will have some common divisors. Out of all those common divisors, you need to select the greatest one. So the greatest among all the common divisors is called GCD of A and B. GCD is also known as HCF. So highest common factor. So divisor can also known as factor. Okay, common is common here and here. G greatest, here highest. So whatever may be the name, we can use. So GCD of A comma B can be represented simply by using the symbol parenthesis brackets A comma B. Okay, small brackets or parenthesis brackets A comma B. Suppose if I have written 2 comma 5 means GCD of 2 comma 5. What is the common factor highest? 1. Suppose if I have written 8 and 16, what is the common factor highest? 8. So this brackets means if you write any two numbers that represents GCD of those two numbers. Now if you observe here, GCD of 36 and 420. So what are the 36 factors I have listed out? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 factors are there for 36. And for 420, how many factors are there? If you observe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 24 factors are there. Out of this, what are the common factors I have rounded here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. And out of these common factors, which is the highest one? 12. So 12 is the greatest common factor or divisor of the two numbers. So that is GCD. 36 comma 420 GCD is 12. Now we will see some important properties of the GCD or HCF. Now GCD of A comma B is equal to GCD of B comma A. Whatever may be the order of the numbers, the GCD will be same. Suppose 2 comma 3 GCD is 1, and also 3 comma 2 GCD is also 1. So there is no importance for order of the numbers while finding the GCD. Now every common divisor of A comma B divides GCD. Okay, that is what if you observe 12 and 420. Okay, what is the GCD? 12. What are the common factors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. So all common factors of the numbers will divide exactly the GCD. So 1 is a factor of 12, 2 is a factor of 12, 3 is a factor of 12, 4 is a factor of 12, 6 is a factor of 12, 12 is a factor of itself. So here what is saying, every common divisor of a comma b divides GCD. So here suppose a comma b GCD is D. So C is any common divisor, then automatically what you can write, C divides D because it is the greatest common divisor. Now here 12 comma 420 GCD is 12 and common factors are these. Then I can write 1 divides 12, 2 divides 12, 3 divides 12, 4 divides 12, 6 divides 12, 12 divides 12, like that. For any integer m, so GCD of MA comma MB is equals to modulus of m into GCD of AB. So how can you understand that? Suppose GCD of 10 comma 12 is 2 and let m is equal to 4. So now I multiply each number, 4 into 10, 4 into 12. So 4 10s are 40, 4 12s are 48. So what is the GCD of 40 and 48? 8. 8 again can be expressed as m into 2. So m is what? 4. 4 into 2. So what is again 2 already? GCD of 10 comma 12. So that is GCD of any two numbers. Okay, so if two numbers are multiplied by the same number, then their GCD also multiplied by the same number. Suppose if I have taken 15, okay, and 20, what is the GCD? 5. Okay, if I multiply these two numbers by 2, so 30 and 40, what will be the GCD? Will be also be multiplied by 2, so that is 10. Did you understand? Okay. Now if GCD of a comma b is 20 and then 3a comma 3b is equals to a comma b GCD already given 20. So these are, each number is multiplied by 3 means then what will be the GCD? This GCD is also multiplied by 3, so that is equals to 60. Okay, now GCD of any non-zero number with 0 is the same number will come, that is GCD of 5 comma 0 is 5, GCD of 3 comma 0 3. Okay, greatest common divisor of any non-zero number with 0 is non-zero number. And here GCD of any number, any non-zero number with 1 is 1. So GCD of 2 comma 1, what is the factors of 2? 1 and 2. 1 means 1 only. So any GCD of any non-zero number with 1 is 1. 5 comma 1 GCD is 1. 100 comma 1 is 1. And if next property, if a comma b is equal to 2, what is a comma b? GCD of a comma b is 2 and GCD of a by d comma b by d is equal to 1. Why it is? We will observe. If 10 comma 50 GCD is 10, so both numbers are divided by that GCD, what numbers will come? 1 comma 5. They always co-prime. So if any two numbers are divided by their GCD, then the resulting two numbers are always co-prime. That means their common factor is always remain 1. Okay, and d by b and d by c and d greater than 0, then b by d and c by d is equal to 1 by d of b comma c. So this can be understood by using an example. Suppose 4 divides 12, sorry, d by b cause idi, so it's not d by b, d divides b, d divides b and d divides c. So we know already the symbol, d divides b and d divides c. So d is a factor of b, d is factor of c also. So now then the GCD of b by d and c by d is equal to 1 by d of b comma c. So the example saying that 4 divides 12 and 4 divides 20, 4 divides 12 and 4 divides 20. So now what you need to prove? LHS is equal to what? GCD of 12 by 4 and 20 by 4. So that is 12 by 4 means 4 3s are 12 by 20 by 4 means 5s are. So 3 comma 5 GCD is 1. Now what is RHS? 1 by d of b comma c, that is 1 by 4 of GCD of 12 comma 20. 12 comma 20 GCD is already 4. So 12 20 GCD common factor is 4, highest common factor. So 4 1 by 4 cancel 1. So LHS is 1, RHS is 1. So hence required. So whenever any common number divides two distinct numbers, then GCD of the quotients is equals to 1 by d, 1 by that common number of GCD into the distinct two numbers. Now next property is associative property. Here if you have given with three numbers to find GCD, you can find GCD in any order. First you can find the last two number GCD and then find the GCD with the first number. The result is same as first find the GCD of first two numbers and then the result with the third number, the result will be same. Suppose 10, 12, 36 is given. So first 12 comma 36 GCD is 12 and 10 GCD is 2, and in the other way 10 comma 12 GCD is 2 comma 36 GCD is 2. So in any way you can get the same answer. That is called the associative property of GCD. Next, if GCD of any two numbers is equal to 1 and another two numbers is also 1, so in this A is the common thing, then GCD of B comma A comma B into C is also 1. So that is 2 comma 5 GCD is 1 and 2 comma 9 GCD is 1. Then 2 comma 5 9s are 45, 2 comma 45 GCD is also 1. So this is the final property.